I'm here at our farmhouse out in Oglethorpe County to give a little bit of an update. It is still definitely a construction zone, so please forgive me as I look down sometimes to make sure I do not trip and fall. But we've made a lot of progress and are continuing to do so. One of the first major things that we have done in this is, follow me here, this used to be a wall with just a little doorway here, a little doorway here. So that has come down. One of the other major things is if you look up, we now have 12-foot ceilings, and it used to be 8-foot drop ceiling. So all of that has come out. Also, we have opened up, when the drop ceilings, there were beams. So those had to come out, and then we had to re-put the beams up so that we could have this totally open. So it's like a big giant T at the moment. Instead of a little closed off hallway, a little closed off kind of long skinny room that felt very dark and dank. And then the other major thing, which is kind of obvious here, is we are adding a second story. So we have this staircase here, and I'm very excited that we are adding this whole second story. I'm not going to show you the details of it today because it's not really safe at the moment. I would like there to be flooring before I go up and kind of show you the layout of what that's going to look like. I am going to tell you some of my design ideas and elements. So this hallway, we are going to put judges paneling up. Judges paneling comes to about right here. So we're going to put judges paneling all through the hallway. And I've already picked out this really beautiful deep blue color that we're gonna paint it a glossy blue. We have found at Scott's Antique Market some side lights. This is the original door that we got with the house. Obviously needs a little scraping and some paint, but we have 2 side light windows that are gonna go on either side. That's gonna really help with getting some natural light in here, because we all know natural light's incredibly important. And then here, where this has been the door into this bedroom, this is going to be blocked off. There's going to be support here. That's going to all be storage. And then I've already picked out this gorgeous cushion from the Anthropologie outlet that's going to go here. And still figuring out all the design elements. We'll have something here for coats and things, but excited to really have this make a statement. Also, we'll find a really pretty light fixture to put where that is. So we're also, during this, you know, when you have everything uncovered, you do really practical things like making sure insulation is in there where you can put it, making sure that the wiring is safe and current and up to code. Also, to me, it is really fascinating to see that this house is over 100 years old, and it definitely has had some termite, just some activity over the years, but it is still standing. If you find a house that has had some termite damage, that does not mean you need to pass on it. Everything can be treated. Everything can be fixed. And what's funny about these older homes, the heart pine wood was so thick of sap that termites kind of got tired. I mean, I don't know if they really got tired, but they kind of stopped. So you can see here, I mean, this looks like cardboard. This is not cardboard. This is wood that has had some termite damage. But you see it goes up and then it kind of stops. So obviously we'll make sure if we need to replace any of these. I don't think we do. I think that they're still fine. It's also fascinating as you take stuff off. You can see here, this is rough hewn limp timber. Probably everything used to build this house were trees that were on this property that they cut down, milled here, and used to build this house. So again, excuse, hopefully I'm not getting y'all dizzy, but you can see it again here. I mean, there's still bark. This is like old trees from being here. So I love uncovering what you find in an old house. Okay, so want to talk a little bit more about what's going on over here. This is going to be the dining room space. So I am looking for a big, gorgeous round table. So if you have any leads, please send it to me. But I don't know if you remember, but this used to be one really ugly metal rusty door. And so we found at Scott's this gorgeous double door and then this leaded glass here that the glass matches up almost exactly to where the glass is on these French doors. So the carpenter that we use, who is a retired guy, and this is kind of a side gig, but he does excellent work. And it took, I think, 4 days for him just to build the frame for this door. And one of the things that you don't always realize or think about when you're working with a historic home is that the size of the lumber was not necessarily standard. As I said, most of this lumber was probably cut down, milled here. And so when you are doing a new opening and adding in new lumber, it's not necessarily the same size as what was originally there. And so you have to actually mill it down to size up with what was there in certain cases. And that had to happen to make this work. And so that's partly why it took a little bit longer, but you should do it right and do it well. I do want to also show you, this is going to be our main living room, TV area, hangout area. And you can notice the beadboard is half there, half not there. And that's because all of these beams upstairs had warped over time. And so they have gone ahead and they have flipped the beams so that there will be flatness for the ceilings. They've also fixed, patched where the beadboard's going to be. We'll repaint all of this. And then also it means that we'll have level floors upstairs, which obviously is important. We recently uncovered this beautiful fireplace, although it honestly doesn't look that beautiful right now. It's filthy. It's 100 years of filth. It needs to be repointed. But this is going to be a beautiful feature once it gets cleaned up, and it has created a little nook, which I love. So I'm still figuring out exactly what to do with this or how to use this. I am busy on Pinterest looking up ideas. If you have any ideas, please send them to me. I love ideas. Over here is now the new doorway to this bedroom. So remember, we took it away from where under the stairs, and this had already been framed by previous owners. This actually in here used to be a closet. And so this was a non-supporting wall that we took down when we uncovered the fireplace. So we've gotten all of this extra space here. And this is now the door into this bedroom, which we are planning to add a bathroom in there to both of the downstairs bedrooms to make them en suites. So more work to be done. Also, as we've been doing work, and because we are adding a second story, which is going to be adding weight, we are looking at the foundation, and there does need to be some support work, especially on this side. There's starting to be a slope. It's nothing scary. It's nothing that's going to cost tens of thousands of dollars. I think most of the time people hear foundation just like they hear termites and they just run the other way. There's simple things you can do to help support it and get it to what it needs to be. Okay, so more on what we're planning to do here is this is the door to the kitchen, which we've done nothing to, so I'm not gonna open it up. But we are actually gonna move this over a little bit because we're gonna reorient it how things are in the kitchen and then make this a slightly bigger space, hopefully with some kind of French door or something, because I do think you want the advantage of opening up to a kitchen, but sometimes you want to quietly, peacefully watch television or quietly, peacefully cook your meal and not be hearing all of the crazy. So I like open concept, but I also really like kitchens sometimes having their own little privacy. So we're hoping to make the best of both worlds with how we figure this. Over here, the last part of the downstairs, I'm not gonna go into that bedroom. It hasn't changed at all. So this is going to be the library, and the wood stove will come out. We'll have a beautiful mantle here, and then we have a leaded glass window that is curved at the top that we're going to put on top of that window, and then we're going to do built-in bookcases all the way around. We're probably gonna have a little game table, some leather chairs, just kind of a nice, quiet hangout space. So super excited about the design, excited about the progress, and thanks for following along.